All right, wonderful people, welcome back to this wonderful channel where we bring you back-to-back update and information as to the hot. In case you have not joined our social media handle, what are you waiting for? This is the channel where you need to be. Gidi gidi, nagada gada. I greet you, all of us of freedom all over the world, those in Obodo and in the diaspora. Welcome back. You don't share the information where we say it there for my table. Na concerning Nnamďi Kanu Ọhamadike, one of Igbo, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. Nnamďi Kanu has stated emphatically that he is not going to beg the federal government. He said that he is not going to beg the federal government to release him. Let's go down to the news so that you see the reason why MNK Ọhamadike one, Onyendu Biafra, has said something like that. The detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB Nnamďi Kanu, has said he will not beg the federal government for his release. This was contained in August 25th, 2023 letter signed by Kanu's lead counsel, Mike Ozekome-san, and released on August 28, 2023. Ozekome expressed concern over the deplorable condition of Kanu's detention facility in the custody of the Department of State Service. He said an application has been made to the Chief Judge of the High Court of the Federal Capital Territory to appoint a magistrate to inspect the detention center. He said, according to Kanu, begging for his freedom at this point will be an insult to the memory of the late Pa Mbazulike Amaechi, who despite his age and ill health repeatedly traveled from the southeast to Abuja, pleading with the federal government to honor his dying wish, which was treated with the greatest disdain and was also not honored. Nnamďi Kanu used the opportunity offered by the visit to extend his heartfelt gratitude to all people of good conscience and groups calling for his release. He, however, observed that many people may not have understood the peculiarity of his case, but proceeded to urge us to clarify that he has been effectively and validly discharged by the judgment of the Court of Appeal delivered on October 13, 2022, which said judgment also prohibited his further trial and detention. Therefore, there is no charge pending against Onyendu Mazi Nnamďi Kanu before any court as of today, the peculiarity of his case, but proceeded to urge us to clarify that he has been effectively and validly discharged by the government by the judgment of the Court of Appeal delivered on October 13, 2022, which said judgment also prohibited his further trial and detention. Therefore, there is no charge pending against Onyendu Mazi Nnamďi Kanu before any court as of today. Furthermore, Onyendu Mazi Nnamďi Kanu unequivocally stated that begging the federal government to release him at this point is an insult to the memory of late Pa Wazurike. Thus, Onyendu Mazi Nnamďi Kanu is of the firm view that he does not need to beg the federal government of Nigeria to release him. The Court of Appeal has already made a pronouncement in that regard, and that pronouncement has remained sacrosanct till date. Therefore, he called every person of goodwill should make in the circumstance of his continued illegal detention is for the Supreme Court to set down a date for the expeditious hearing of the appeal filed by the federal government as provided for the criminal appeal practice direction of the Supreme Court. We visited our indefatigable leader, client Onyendu Mazi Nnamďi Kanu today, the 28th of August 2023, to brief him on the various intervening actions taken by the legal team heavily led by Professor Mike Ozekome-san to address pertinent concerns affecting his welfare and failure of the SSS to avail him of his medical records. To this end, an application has been made to the Honorable Chief Judge of the Federal Capital Territory by our erudite lead counsel, Professor Mike Ozekome-san, to appoint a magistrate that will visit and inspect the SSS facility cell where Mazi Nnamďi Kanu has been held in solitary confinement since June 2021 till date. In pursuance to the relevant provisions of the Administration of Criminal Justice Act 2022-2015, following the SSS refusal to avail Onyendu Mazi Nnamďi Kanu with his medical record as directed by Honorable Justice Bintanyako in the judgment delivered on July 20th, 2023. Our erudite-led counsel, Professor Mike Ozekome San, was compelled by this brazen disregard to an order of court by the SSS to initiate a contempt proceeding against the State Security Service and her Director General for his gross violation of positive orders of the court. Una don't see as see the shele, as see they happen, and the matter will be say they happen now. Say Mazi Nnamďi Kanu don't talk, see begging the federal government at this point for his release is looking down on what he believes. I think this will be able to tell you the stuff Mazi Nnamďi Kanu is made of and his kind of person, his personality and what he represents, because it's not everybody that will be able to take this kind of decision. I think he has been in the DSS detention for 2 years plus now, and at this critical point of his life where someone like him or maybe someone in his shoe will be pleading and begging the federal government to see what they can do, and Kanu decided that this is not the time to plead with the federal government or beg the federal government. According to him, he referred to Mazi Mbazurike, who has been, moving from the east to Abuja even with his illness when he was alive, begging the federal government to grant his request by releasing Mazi Nnamďi Kanu as his last offer as a hero of this nation. One thing about Nigeria and mostly African countries that they do not recognize heroes. If Africans recognize heroes, Mazi Mbazurike would have been one of the heroes that will be respected in Nigeria. He would have been one of the people that when he says something, Nigerians will stand at their feet and make sure that that wish is fulfilled. But it looks as if nobody paid attention. Maybe it is because maybe he is an Igbo man, because looking at what is currently happening between Niger, the junta in Niger, you find out that the government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu has chosen Abdulsalami Abubakar to be one of the representatives, one of the envoys of the ECOWAS. And this is to show you that it's a kind of according respect to Abdulsalami Abubakar because of what he has done in Nigeria and the position he had held far back. Now, I wonder why Mbazurike's request was not granted by the former president of Nigeria and his team, even though Mbazurike was held a higher position, a big position in this nation. I still wonder why such a thing happened, but you never can tell. I still believe that that's the reason why the Igbo people are saying that it is better for them to go home and build a nation of their own, a nation which will be their own, a nation where they will dwell on their own, where they will make decisions without prejudice. Because looking at what is happening in the government of Nigeria, you find out that Ndi Igbo they are complaining about marginalization, and what can bring secession is usually caused by marginalization. When a particular set of people is being marginalized in a nation, and when they have that weight and the feeling of marginalization, you see them trying to chart a path for themselves. And up till now, even Ohaneze Ndigbo has pleaded with the federal government that they are going to sign a surety so that Mazi Nnamďi Kanu can be released, and the federal government has not given heed to that. And this is to tell you how they regard the Ohaneze Ndigbo. I think Ohaneze Ndigbo themselves should step up their game and stop iracha these politicians. If Oba of Lagos speak, Lagos shakes. But if Eze of Onitsha speaks, nobody hears him because they have used politics to bastardize the matters that concern Ezehood and Igwehood in Igbo land, which is very, very bad. Meanwhile, I will be winding down the curtain here. And if this is your first time of joining us on this wonderful channel, kindly go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, share, and also remember to on your notification button so that whenever our news drop, you'll be the first to take it. Thank you for listening. God bless you.